Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Nikki Haley, she just made an announcement as voting is underway in Michigan. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Nikki Haley, I think, may be the most single delusional person in the entire country. I was a fan of Nikki Haley for years. Like Nikki Haley. I want to like her again. I don't understand what she's doing to her career at this point. I don't understand what she's doing to the guy who put her on the map, Donald Trump. I don't understand her strategy at all. I mean, she's a very, very wise woman. This is not somebody who's a dimwit. She has to know she cannot win. So I'm wondering if this is a play for her, post-election job on a board somewhere, or maybe a television personality. I don't know. It's no longer a nomination for vice president. She said she won't do that. So what is it? Well, Nikki's announcement today was, even if she loses in Michigan tonight, which is pretty much a foregone conclusion, she's in this thing until at least Super Tuesday, where she'll likely get demolished in every state again. I want you to listen to this video, and then I want you to tell me what you think's going on with her. So please remember, you can do that when you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
And you often say that Donald Trump cannot win a general election, will not win a general election. You've not yet convinced a majority of Republican voters in primary contests that he should not win. Why not?
Well, I think you look at any of the early states. Yes, he won those. I give him that. But he did not get 40% of the Republican primary vote. You can't win a general election without the 40%. But look at the polls. The Marquette poll came out last week. I mean, in all the polls, he's down by 5. He's down by 7. Marquette had a margin of error. I defeat Joe Biden by 18 points. If we really want to turn the tide, if we really want to fix things, you go into D.C. with double digits. That's a whole change. It's more than the presidency. It's about
But if it's as simple as that, Governor, why aren't a majority of Republican primary voters seeing it?
Look, 70% of Americans have said they don't want Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I am giving them a choice. We don't anoint kings in America. We allow people to vote in elections, and that's what we've done. In the next 10 days, 21 states and territories will vote. That's a great thing about America, and I think everybody deserves competition. I am fighting for a new generational leader. I'm fighting for us to move on from the past and go forward with the future. I'm fighting for an America where families can sit down at the dinner table and not fight over politics. I'm fighting for an America where you can go to your job and say something and not worry about getting fired. I'm fighting for an America where our kids don't live in a country that's full of anger and hatred and division, and instead focus on the values that made our country so great. That's what we're trying to do. That's the focus of where we're trying to go, is to make this better for our kids. And I think our kids deserve that. They don't deserve the tone and the attitude and the division that we have in our country right now.
The tone is something I actually wanted to ask you about. There is one exit poll, one part of an exit poll, that made me scratch my head coming out of South Carolina. Donald Trump mocked your husband's military service. I was listening to your campaign event last night, and you brought that up. You said, we can take it, meaning your family, but you mock one member of the military, you're mocking every member of the military. And still, the exit poll out of South Carolina showed that Donald Trump won nearly 70% of voters who were military veterans. How do you make sense of it?
I mean, it's not up for me to make sense of what people think. It's up for me to put out an option for people to see there's a better way. I mean, that's the focus. I'm a proud military spouse. We're bonded with other military families who sacrifice every day. I mean, the fact, it says more about Donald Trump that he'll mock my husband's military service. It says more about Donald Trump that he'll call the last remaining candidate bird brain or brain dead. It says more about Donald Trump that everybody thinks it's funny that he acts this way. I don't think the rest of the world thinks that's funny. I don't think that our kids need to see someone who acts like that. I don't think our kids need to see us going down this fiscal cliff that we're seeing where we're paying more money in interest than we are in our defense budget. Or the fact that when we had a chance to secure the border last week, instead of Congress going in and strengthening that law, Donald Trump said don't pass anything until the general election. We can't wait one more day to pass a strong border bill. These are things that matter. These are things that affect American families. And what we're trying to do is say, look, you have a choice. And in a primary, you make your choice. That's what we hope the people of Michigan do today. That's what we're focused on the Super Tuesday states going forward. I'm not going to stop when 70% of Americans say they don't want Donald Trump or Joe Biden. We're going to give them an option. That's what we do in America. That's the beautiful part of our country, and that's why we're going to keep on fighting.